use this? Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. For there is no work, or device, or knowledge, or wisdom in the grave where you are going. Ecclesiastes 9:10. It's a phrase I said frequently to math teachers. The saying, I know one thing, that I know nothing, has been apocryphally attributed to the Greek philosopher Socrates, even though Socrates himself wrote nothing, and Plato's account of Socrates does not include the statement. People use the statement to emphasize the idea that the more we learn, the more obvious it becomes how little we actually know. Confucius is remembered to have said something similar. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. I've often pondered the human thirst for knowledge, marveling that many of us spend our lives cramming our heads full of knowledge that will do us no good once we have died. I find myself drawn irresistibly to books. There are never fewer than 10 or 15 piled up on the night table, with post-it notes protruding from the edges of the pages. I find meaningful. The more I read, the more my thirst for knowledge deepens. The pile of books in my basement already, thousands of titles deep, is doomed to swell by thousands more before the clock runs out on my life. Have you ever found yourself wondering what the point of continual learning might be? It makes sense for a young person to learn. He or she will acquire knowledge that will serve throughout the short decades of life still ahead. But what good is there in picking up another book, learning something new when you are past the age of 80? Don't tell that to some of the people I know. You might get hit. But when will you ever use it? The author of Ecclesiastes expands considerably, bemoaning the pointlessness of life. Life has a point. For the Christian, they have a specific purpose. This whole concept that there is pointlessness in life, there's pointlessness in knowledge or getting involved in temporal things because we're going to die. It's nonsense. Everything you do, achieve, or learn will be washed away by the tides of time. I disagree. A few generations from now, everything you managed to accomplish with your life will be long forgotten or will have become meaningless to the few people who might remember your name. So what is the point? In Ecclesiastes 3:11, he has put eternity in their hearts. So for the Christian, there's the answer. The grave might be the end for this life. But the character we develop now will prove to be a springboard for the eternal existence. Jesus will grant us when he comes to rouse us from sleep and start us on a new life that will prove to be far more real than this one.